Deep beneath the soil of Soviet-occupied Berlin, a ticking clock was buried. It wasn't a bomb, but something far more dangerous to the Kremlin, a secret that could hear everything. This is the true story of Operation Goldfinger, a multi-million-dollar gamble involving the CIA, the MI6, and a tunnel that changed the course of the Cold War forever. April 1954, CIA Director Allen Dulles approves the impossible. They would dig from West Berlin into the Soviet sector to tap the underground cables of the Red Army. But as the first shovel hit the dirt, the Americans didn't know that a mole was already sitting in the room. The mission was compromised before it even began. To maintain the illusion of secrecy, the CIA built a radar station as a cover. Behind these walls, engineers were working 24/7, moving 3,000 tons of earth in total silence. The technical challenge was immense. They had to tap 442 separate telegraph and telephone lines without the Soviets noticing a single drop in voltage. The tunnel stretched 1,476 feet. It was a masterpiece of engineering, equipped with heavy-duty air conditioning to prevent the heat from melting the snow on the surface, a giveaway the CIA couldn't afford. But while the Americans were digging, George Blake, a British MI6 officer and Soviet mole, had already handed the blueprints to the KGB. The hunters were being hunted. Why didn't the Soviets stop them immediately? The answer is chilling. To protect their source, the KGB allowed the CIA to record their most sensitive secrets for nearly a year. 50,000 reels of magnetic tape, hundreds of thousands of hours of conversations. The CIA was drowning in data, unaware that every word might have been a calculated lie. Transcribing this treasure trove required a small army of linguists. Every whisper about Soviet troop movements and nuclear capabilities was analyzed in a secret facility in Washington, but the tension was rising. In Berlin, heavy rains threatened to flood the tunnel. The ground was shifting and the secret was becoming physically impossible to bury. April 21st, 1956. The game of shadows ended. Soviet repairmen digging for a broken cable accidentally broke into the tunnel. The world's most expensive wiretap was exposed. The Soviets invited the international press. They wanted to humiliate the Americans, showing the world the gangster-like methods of the CIA. It was a PR nightmare. But here is the twist. While the world laughed at the CIA's failure, the intelligence gathered was so vast that it took the agency 6 more years to process it all. Historians now believe the Soviets played a dangerous game. By allowing the tap to continue, they inadvertently leaked real secrets just to protect one man, George Blake. Operation Goldfinger cost $6.7 million, nearly $70 million today. Was it a victory or the most expensive theater in espionage history? George Blake was eventually caught and sentenced to 42 years in prison, only to escape and flee to Moscow. The mole had won the final round. Today, the tunnel is gone, but its legacy remains as a reminder of a time when the world was divided by walls, wires, and whispers. A reminder that even now, in the digital age, the most powerful weapon is still the secret that's buried deep beneath the soil.